My name is Raah. I am a person in recovery. I'm from Toledo, Ohio. My sobriety date is July 2nd of 2020. Today, I'm a mother. I'm an employee. I'm finding myself. I'm a singer. And my story's not finished. It's just being written.
Beautiful. Well, thanks so much for coming out and joining us. If you could start off by sharing a bit about your childhood.
From what I can remember, things start off at the age of 3. I was a happy child. I loved music since I can remember. Early on, I remember being separated from my mom. I just remember waking up one morning, her having a talk with me, and being separated from her a number of years. I remember being very hurt by that. We were reunited, when she got better and things like that. My mother suffered from mental health, a mental health diagnosis, as do I. The stigma with that, people can thrive, people do overcome. But then I didn't understand that. But thankfully, like I said, there were people that I believe God, my higher power, put in place to help care for me.
So when were you introduced to substances, and what did they do for you initially?
So that came at about the age of 13. Probably about a week after I turned 13. I remember it like it was yesterday. Was marijuana to start off with. Then came the alcohol. The two mixed. Then the cigarettes. And I got sick the first time. Of course.
Right.
Because I did not know how to evenly mix this combination. So the first time, I threw up all over the wall. Didn't get caught. But I'll never forget it because it was just like, and it left a big U.
Right.
So, but I didn't stop there, you know what I'm saying? Because I had to figure this out to get this combination right to keep going. I graduated high school, fast forward, I graduated high school, met a guy, had a baby. Marijuana continued a little bit. I started drinking a little bit more. Marijuana was more easily accessible. But I started drinking a little bit more. We'll fast forward till I'm 21. Now I'm 21, I'm legal, and I can access it. I had my daughter, and I think I had broke up with her dad, and I began seeing someone else. And at this point, I lived probably about 2 blocks up from a liquor store. Now, mind you, I had already had a pretty decent tolerance for alcohol. I liked it, you know what I mean? But this is where things began to progress. Then met the young lady, and it was through her and a neighbor that I was introduced to crack cocaine. That was a whole nother ball game. That I committed crime, all kinds of illicit acts, committed crimes, earned me the felonies that I now have.
Were you able to keep custody of your daughter?
No.
So you lost?
I had already, at this point, I had already lost it. Well, no, wait a minute. No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet, but yeah, it was just about that point. Yeah, that was like the icing. Once I started acting, that was the icing on the cake.
Okay. So can you paint a picture of what So your sobriety date is July of 2020. What was June of 2020 like? Or May, June, those few months leading up to
I
getting
was
sober?
homeless. On the streets of Toledo, crying. I'm gonna tell you how I came in.
Yep.
I said a prayer. Not. Let me just say this. Today, I am saved only by God's grace. God's grace and mercy. Around June 30th, somewhere around then, I said a prayer. I was crying, walking on the streets, probably looking like a crazy person, because just like that sidewalk over there and skate cars going by, I got tears stroming down my face. And I said, God, if you can hear me, I need your help, because I don't know what to do. And I can't be out here like this. I was homeless, living in an abandoned house. I was pregnant. I was addicted. And I had no money, and I didn't have no food. And I didn't want to keep doing what I had been doing to earn money. And I was terrified. I had people looking for me. And I don't mean like looking for you, hey, how you doing? I mean looking for you because if they had caught up to me to find me, they probably was going to cause me serious bodily harm. I was terrified. So I prayed. My then boyfriend had gotten himself arrested, so I didn't have nobody to come up with the next plan or another scheme. And I said a prayer. I said that prayer, and shortly after, I just kept hearing this voice that told me to go to the hospital. Now, if you're listening, God will he'll speak to you. But there was always something else to catch my attention to keep me out there. But when I finally listened to that voice and followed those right steps, it led me to a neighbor's door. They opened. I broke down. I went to the hospital and got care. And from there, they said to me, where do you want to go when you're discharged? And I said, I want to go to treatment. I was ready, hands up.
If you could think about those first 6 months that, there is a lot of fear and whatnot. What skills did you develop, and what all did you do to be able to address your emotional well-being, your mental health, and your physical health? First year.
Addressing my mental health. To be honest with you, it wasn't until I put the substances down that I really could identify that it was something else wrong with me. Scientifically, they say before you get on medication, you need to wait 4 to 6 months to give your brain a chance to balance out. For real. But I didn't want to admit that. And it's a stigma, especially in the Black community. Yes, I said Black. You don't do that. You don't be going and telling nobody your business. You ain't crazy. You don't want nobody to think you crazy. No, crazy is these people, or people, I say these because I don't want to offend nobody, but crazy is walking around thinking that you're okay knowing you feeling another way and you're not going to get no help. That's torture. To feel a way and not know why, and you just sitting with it. Not knowing why. I'm sitting in a room full of people and feeling like I can't breathe. But it's a name for it.
You described that so very well. What do you do today to maintain your mental, physical, and spiritual health?
Well, I go to church, Universal New Beginnings, Church of God in Christ. That's in Toledo, Ohio, 763 Vance. I'm in therapy. I love music. I sing on my praise team. I begin to read. I read my Bible. I know that everybody's probably like, well, you know, that's a lot of religious practices, but it's working. For me, I'm in a 12-step program, and I'm going to be adding some more fun activities in my life. I'm still growing. I'm still finding myself, you know.
Okay, so last question. What's some an inspiration or some words of hope that have spoke true to you when you've been struggling?
It's okay not to be okay.
Absolutely. Is there anything that we missed that you would like to share?
I'm just, it's a song. It's called Necessary. Someone else wrote it, but the singer Fantasia, she sang it. And it says, I am who I am today because God used my mistakes. That's just what it is.
Beautiful.
And it was necessary. And it was just like, these things had to happen. Some of them hurts. It was embarrassing. I got mad. Even today, you know what I'm saying? My life today is not perfect, but it's worth it.
Well said. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your very full life to share your story of redemption and recovery, and really just what an amazing story to be able to share with the world. I'm positive it's going to help somebody who's out there who's struggling. So thank you.
I hope so. Thank you for having me.